I love doing these videos helping y'all. They're tough. It's hard. But I was asked to do a video about when a narcissistic person knows that there's something wrong with them. I knew there was something wrong with me as a kid. Um, Most times, narcissistic damage, bruises, pain, neglect, trauma, drama, it starts in the childhood, right? And I knew that, many things went on. I was attracted to older women, and then I became scared of girls. I was mad with my mother. I was afraid of my father. I didn't have confidence, had low self-esteem. I peed in the bed from kindergarten to 7th grade. I would get scared. My dad would yell. My teeth have an overbite because I sucked my thumb from kindergarten to 6th grade. I used to chew on my collars, my shirt collars when I got nervous. Went to camp for a week, peed in the bed the whole time in camp. I was loving animals as a kid. I didn't think that I was smart. I always thought I was stupid in elementary school. I was always fantasized about girls, always fantasized about women. I always fantasized about violence. The fantasize about violence was all my entire life. I could actually make up situations in my mind about somebody that I didn't like or somebody that hurt my feelings and like murder them in my mind, right? Yeah, it goes really deep. But I knew there was something wrong with me when I didn't like to hold hands with women. I didn't like to cuddle, and I always talk about this. I didn't like to hug. Every time I would have sex with a woman, right when we were done, I felt emotionless, absolutely nothing. I didn't feel anything. Zero. And it was like I didn't care. But women always stayed with me. Nobody ever left me. I did the leaving. I did the running. I knew something was wrong with me because I've always wanted my mother's attention, my mother's love. My mother started getting high, and I talk about this too, when I was like maybe 17, 16, 17, 18. Went to the Navy, and it just got worse. She started smoking crack in 1985. I was 19, and she didn't stop smoking crack until 2011, when the crack dealer took her to the hospital and dropped her off. She stayed in the hospital and then went to the nursing home, then hospice, then she died in 2012. But I always knew that something was wrong with me. I always knew that I couldn't connect with like emotions, with love. I cried a lot as a little boy. I got bullied by older people, and then I started bullying. And when I started bullying, it started to feel good to hurt people. It felt good to make my sister cry. It felt good to punch my sister. It felt good to punch other kids. It felt good to make kids tap out. I thought it was funny. And I started going through this, holding on to this anger my entire life. And so I stopped crying for a long time. I didn't want to cry. And when women would cry around me, it would irritate me. Like I would get furious. I could feel my skin burning. I didn't like to hear a woman cry. I knew something was wrong with me when a woman cried. I either got angry or horny. I knew something was wrong with me. I knew something was wrong with me when I would deploy and wouldn't miss my ex-wife and my kids. I knew something was wrong with me. That detachment of being detached from what I thought was caring and loving, and I'm like, as long as I'm providing and protecting, they're good. But I always knew something was wrong with me. Narcissistic people know when something's wrong with them, and they know it started when they were children. I knew something was wrong with me when I was 5, when I was 7, when I was 8, when I was 10, 11, 12, not skipping years, but I knew. I knew I had to do something to find myself. I knew there was something wrong with me when, as a kid, I wanted to commit suicide. I knew there was something wrong with me when I got older and I still wanted to commit suicide sometimes. I knew there was something wrong with me when I was always ready to just like check out, not just break up with somebody, but just be done with life and leave, I knew something was wrong with me when I didn't believe that there was a God. I knew something was wrong with me when I would go into church and was still flirting with women. I knew something was wrong with me when I would be in church and thinking about sex. And I just always knew that there was something wrong with me. I know this is a lot, but I was asked to talk about it. And thank you for asking that question. But I always knew something was wrong with me. And narcissistic people know that there's something wrong with them. I can understand them. I can deal with them. They don't bother me. But you all don't understand it. And a lot of times, most times, you all love people like us. And you want to help us. They have to want to get help, though. All right. So they always know that something's wrong. They know when they get caught, they get in trouble. You notice a narcissistic person turns into a kid when they get in trouble. When you confront them, when you face them, when you ask them, Leon, did you do? Leon, did you? Leon. Oh no, I'm sorry. No. Anger. You know, I know that scared y'all, but that's what happens. You know. But I knew something was wrong with me, and had I not gotten therapy, you all would not be talking to me. I pushed the buttons of many women. I would have gotten killed, or probably, I don't know. I wouldn't be here though. So, but I'm here now. Thank you all for, asking me questions, keep me going. I'm glad I went through therapy, because without therapy, wouldn't be here. Thanks for asking that question. And y'all have a great night.